The point I'm trying to make is when you're holding one film against the entire Hindi film industry, it's kind of not fair. We make good films. Give us an opportunity. We'll make good films.
Then there is Jasper. How was it working with Shah Rukh Khan in Pathaan, and what can we expect from John as an actor in there?
Shah Rukh is, what do I say? He's responsible for where I am because when I started modeling, he was the judge on the show.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I owe a lot to Shah Rukh. Probably for him, it was just another competition that he judged. Yes, I would love to work with Akshay. Forget Garam Masala too. I'd love for Desi Boys too. Anything to happen. I need an excuse to work with Akshay Kumar. But I think he's very busy. He's doing probably 144 films now. Yes, I'm doing a motorcycle racing film in the middle of 2023. It's my idea, it's my story, and it's and again, as usual, I have producers and studios telling me, "Arey, ye chalega nahi." So now I know when they say ye chalega nahi means it will work.
Okay.
Simple.
Hi guys, this is Himesh and welcome to Pinkvilla. Today we have with us John Abraham and Lakshya Raj Anand, who are all set to attack at the box office this Friday. Welcome to Pinkvilla, guys. It's lovely having you here.
Thank you.
And firstly, congratulations on the trailer. It looks so sleek and fantastic. And something very original. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
John, my first question to you is, I was speaking to Lakshya yesterday. He said the germ of attack came in 2016. Could you tell us from where did you get this idea and how did it develop from there on?
I think it was constructive discussions between the two of us, and honestly, to cut the long story short, we chanced upon this and we decided to make it.
Yeah.
We went through a lot of processes, but we finally decided to make this. And from there, it's here.
Right, but 6-year journey, what kept you motivated to, get this film to this platform?
I think the promise of making something new, something different, something that could be, game changer is a very abused word, but I think something to make something very honest and different.
Okay.
And also I feel, and I still say this, Laksh has a lot of promise. And he's made a fantastic film. So it is important to get this kind of film in front of the audience. And, after 6 years, you can negate 3 years that went to COVID.
Yeah.
But we made this film through thick and thin. So it's taken our blood, sweat, tears,
Literally.
effort, everything literally. And it's, honestly, Himesh, I don't know whether I could say this about any other film, but this film really comes from my heart.
Yeah.
It's like,
Correct. Yeah, I was seeing one of your interviews. You said how you have also put in the money in the film to get the VFX made. So.
Yeah, I think wherever we required the extra monies, and this is very honest conversation between Lakshya and me. You say, John, we require this, we need this, and we somehow managed. And credit to him, we also had to. We had to work within certain budgets.
Yeah.
Putting everything into perspective, I think we made a very, very smart film. This boy has done a great job.
Thank you.
Actually, that was my next question. Laksh, were you always inclined towards action? Because 2 films that you have worked on as AD, Ek Tha Tiger and Bang Bang, even today they are considered as the most stylish action films.
Yeah.
So, were you always inclined towards action, and how would you describe your journey from
So,
there to...
again, as an AD, I chanced upon Ek Tha Tiger because Kabir was making that, and my knowledge became an action. So I learned that. As an AD, you learn from the director. So if he was making action films, even I'm making it.
Yeah.
And the work that we put on from there is that my expertise became an action, and very less people are doing that here.
Yeah.
So automatically we start thinking of those tropes and that making that happen. Also, action is a cinema experience. You want to say these stories out in the theater with the action and the sound design, and I enjoy that, So I can't tell a point or a germ of where it came from, but it gradually came as a process, and now my main thing is to keep pushing myself better. Like you've named the 2 films, and I believe that those are my past.
Yeah.
I have to make better films than those, and that will only bring the audience into the
Theaters. Correct. And John, you have explored so many forms of action all through your career. Which has been the most challenging one for you?
I think in terms of challenging, it's not the action. The action has never really been challenging.
Yeah.
It's presenting a concept to the audience. So I'd say Attack is probably that inflection point where we would want the audience to support and accept something that's so different, because we are condescending towards what we make.
Yeah.
But we're very appreciative towards what Hollywood makes, and justifiably so. You know, they big budgets and they think big, which is beautiful. But we made an honest attempt, and if you don't support this kind of cinema and new directors and new ideas and producers who want to make something different, it's not me. It's a whole bunch of people like me in the industry who will go back to formula, and that will destroy this industry. You have to support something that's different, something that's new. I'm not saying appreciate and give a 5-star rating to the film. That's not my this. I'm saying appreciate the intention with which we've made this film.
Yeah.
We've tried to present something that's so different.
So actually, that was my next question. If we talk of action, what do you think is the kind of action that the audience here accept? Because there has been a shift in the audience taste as well, if I'm not wrong, from one man hitting 20 people to now they want something with substance. Or
I'll tell you what I feel.
Yeah.
The audience world over accepts action that is either backed by emotion or backed by concept or both. If you don't have an emotional quotient behind your action, I'll give you an example of a film called John Wick.
Yeah.
His wife gifted him a dog.
Yeah.
The dog was killed. The villain saying, "Who are you? Why the hell are you beating us up like this?" But the emotion was so right that the audience was rooting for John Wick. Was John Wick the perfect action hero? No. He stumbled, he fell, he broke, he got up and he fought. So I'm saying if your action is backed by the right emotion, or like a Matrix, it's backed with fantastic concepts, it'll work. Now, Attack, the beauty of Attack is, fortunately for us, which we really haven't exposed in the trailer, it's backed by a beautiful emotion.
Okay.
The emotion is stunning.
You know the first teaser where he's crying in his mother's lap?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
and it also has got concept.
Okay.
So we've got both. This is something that's very different. This is something we want to get in front of our audience. This is what we want to say that, listen, you keep talking about yahan se seekho, wahan se seekho, but we're making something different. Now let's see if you support us.
True.
If you support us, we'll give you more like this.
Correct. And Laksh, for you, how was it, the runtime of the film, minus the 2 credits is, I think, 1 hour 45 minutes. And like John said, there is a strong emotion as well. How was it to wrap up everything in this runtime for you as a director and both of you as writers as well?
So it was a conscious effort to keep the pace really high. We want the adrenaline feel to go out and we didn't want to drag. All right. Which is why we had that. And a lot of times also my editor was very brutal and cut off some of my scenes. And I was okay with it. I had to somehow, some of the most loved scenes are not in it also.
Okay.
So which is why, but because of for the larger goal. And you have to think of that.
Scene is not in it?
One of the most, I love one of the scenes a lot with Hamid Skul's his this thing, because it was a little jarring out of that. I love the writing in that, but I had to let go of it, in order to not waste the audience's time, because that is paramount. Alright.
Yeah.
Recently when I seen a film, I was like, oh, drag kar raha hai. Ye kya, like what is this? You're wasting my time, looking at my watch, opening my phone. I don't want that. You want to give the experience to the audience ki this is going to be a ride. Which is why we've also shot so many POVs and point of views. We put it in the Super Soldier, how you're going to feel. It's an experience, like what we do is like, like a Six Flags or something. You've come for a thrill. Enjoy my roller coaster now. I don't want to waste your time with different things. You'll cry, you'll laugh, you'll feel patriotic, you'll feel nice, energetic at the end, and you'll want more. And that's the beauty of Attack.
Okay, that's interesting. Actually, I think you summed up the entire world of the film perfectly.
Yeah.
And John, you are the original baddie of Doom, wherein you did some insane bike scenes. After that, we have not seen you in that bike space, but you love bikes as such.
Yeah.
Can we expect you to do something on those lines, maybe a bike-based action film or a film on bike racing?
So, 2 things. One is, thanks to Laksh, I think the climax of Attack has me on the bike.
Oh.
And I wasn't for it. And Laksh said, John, trust me, you got to open the film up, it's going to help. And he was right and I was wrong. So it's looking fantastic. So that's one part. The other part is, yes, I'm doing a motorcycle racing film in the middle of 2023. It's my idea, it's my story, and it's, and again, as usual, I have producers and studios telling me, "Arey, ye chalega nahi." So now I know when they say ye chalega nahi means it will work.
Okay. Wow, I'm really looking forward to that, because I think you and bike go hand in hand. Even in the
Yeah.
pitch, it just suits you to the T.
Yeah, if the bike had a hand, I'd be holding only the bike's hand.
Yes. And you both have spoken so confidently about Attack 2 as well. Even before the release of Part 1, what sort of ideas are you discussing to take the franchisee to next level?
So Attack 2 is going to surprise you, alright? So I'm not going to spoil it for us here, alright? We've obviously discussed a couple of ideas that how we want to take the franchise forward.
Yeah.
And what's paramount is that we give the audiences something that they deserve now, alright? It's time for cinema of New India, and we're bored of the same stories, alright? And I also recognize in today's day that our India or the New India has seen Hollywood films also. I've also seen that. So now I want to take it in a different approach, which is completely, our world.
Okay. And I'm sure John must be equally excited to explore that transition from 1 to 2.
Yeah, I think so, because 2 was never planned if 1 works or doesn't. 1, I really, again, I say this on record, I do not know about the commerce of 1, but 1 is a very good film. Attack 1 is a very well-made film, and we work for respect of our money here. We worked for a lot of respect. Money is a byproduct. Attack 1 will give us the respect that we want, that we deserve. And we feel 2 should be made, and I think Jayantilal Gada has got a big hand in that, because when he saw Attack 1, I remember the press conference, and he's a very brutal businessman, but a very lovely and honest man. And the press was asking him questions and all about RRR, because he's also the producer of RRR.
Yes.
And so he told the press, he's saying, "अरे यार, मैंने Attack देखी, वो इतनी अच्छी है कि आप भी चौंक जाओगे." So he's in love with the film.
Yeah.
He saw the film and he's in love with it. Sanjay Marudhar, who's our distributor, they totally love the film. And imagine the same producers and distributors of RRR are releasing Attack a week later.
Yeah.
So there must be some method in the madness, I'm assuming, that they want to release it a week later. So we're very happy that RRR has worked.
Yeah.
And in fact, I would want Rajamouli to see Attack, and because he was once a first-time director, and I'd want him to see the work of Laksh and encourage cinema like this, because it's people like Rajamouli now and Laksh in his growing stages that could make a difference to cinema, and we're proud of all of them.
True.
Yeah.
And how do you see this trend of Indian cinema, pan-Indian cinema, which is happening now, especially after the release of Bahubali?
So I'm just asking you a question. Bahubali worked.
Yeah.
KGF worked.
Yeah.
RRR is working fantastically. And
Pushpa
worked.
Yeah.
How many films does the South make?
Over 100.
How many films have worked?
5.
What's the ratio? My point is, our ratio is not bad either.
Hmm.
When you look at it in the scheme of things, our ratio is not bad.
Very
so
nice.
The point I'm trying to make is, when you're holding one film against the entire Hindi film industry, it's kind of not fair. We make good films. Give us an opportunity. We'll make good films. And Attack is one film in that direction.
And last question before that, after that we take a couple of fan questions. John, I believe you have also acquired the rights of Force franchisee for your banner.
Correct.
How are you planning to take that forward?
Yeah, I love Force. I think Force is the most untapped action franchise right now. I want to make Force into a summer blockbuster tentpole franchise, and I want to make it really, really big. And it has the potential to be one of the biggest action franchises. So that's why I took it under my belt, and I will develop it.
Okay, that's nice. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
I love your character in Force.
Thank you. So ACP Yashvardhan is going to stay on.
Yes.
Yeah. It's sad we lost Janilia, but yeah.
Yes. And now the last segment, there are some fan questions, some actually really good questions asked by fans. So first question is from Amit John. Hi sir, I'm Amit from Patna. Biggest fan. Please take my name once. What's the update?
Hi Amit.
What's the update on Force 3? And is Morya Re still on hold?
Very good question. So I'll start with Morya Re. We are developing Morya Re. We love the book. Mark Manuel has written the book. We love it. We want to develop it into a series. It's something that I'm very intensely working on. So that's speaking on Morya Re because it's very close to my heart. With Force 3, I think I'm trying to get back to that John Abraham Force body, you know, where I want to just break through walls, just break through freaking walls, and
crush people,
and then you know, do a Force 3 because I just like to crush people.
Then there's a question from Mahir. You recently mentioned you have been working on a script for last 5 years and you will start it next year. Can you tell us more on what?
It's a director who I've worked with before. His name is Abhishek Sharma. He made Parmanu with me. It's a film called Parlok. And again, like I'm saying, Attack is so different. You'll have never seen a film like that in a long time. It's going to shock the audience. It's been 5 years in the making in terms of just because it's such a difficult film to tell, such a difficult story to tell that it becomes challenging.
Like and Abhishek likes his research also.
And he likes his research also. And that's what I love about working with Laksh, what I love working with Abhishek. Because one thing I really appreciate, even though he's young, he's not impatient. He's saying, I want to take my time and write. And I think that's going to be the biggest differentiator in your success. True. Because if you rush, and I tell all this to all the youngsters, even who are on your channel, and I say these 4 words. Don't work for money.
Work for your passion.
Work for respect. Work for passion. Work for respect. Don't work for money. Because if that's your sole driver, you're going to fall really soon.
Correct.
You're going to fall. You may succeed initially, but you're going to drop. So just be passionate about what you're doing. Take your time. Go slow. You've got time on your side. Don't rush through things.
Correct. Then there's a question from an handle called The Last Review. Will Attack Part 2 be a continuity or a fresh one? And how do you plan to take it to the next level?
So it's definitely a continuity. And I don't want to spoil it why it's going to go to the next level. All right. But again, I remember the reaction that we got pre-Attack teaser. Attack's another action film, it's coming, blah, blah, blah. And you show also a blast, and then suddenly he's crying with his mother. And robotic arms. I was like, what did that happen? Attack 2 will give you that as well. You know, so that is my. I actually got very satisfied when I did see those trailer reviewers and stuff, and it spread around the world. It was like, okay, that's cool, we're liking it. Then the music kicks in, then that happens. So continuing that kind of a style, all right, is my way, all right, where we will continue Attack story and surprise you all again.
Interesting.
You know, we'll keep that alive. We don't want to lose that.
And trust me, what he's narrated to me blew my mind. And actually, we've not started Attack 2, we don't know, but it blew my mind. And if it blows my mind, I'm sure I'm going to make it at whatever cost, and the audience will be, wow, what have you guys done? This is India's answer to Hollywood, actually.
So like how you would like Batman Begins, I remember people accepted it nice, but then Dark Knight came and it flew. Attack 2 is Dark Knight for me. You know, it's going to be there.
And blew away everyone's mind. There's a question from Arsh. Any possibility of seeing him and Hrithik in an action film or in the spy universe?
Hrithik and me?
Yeah.
I'd love to work with Hrithik. Because Hrithik's my classmate from junior KG. So, I'd love to work with him. But there's nothing in the making. He's a lovely boy. I mean, I'm so fond of him. It's actually, I'm unbiased because I'm actually biased rather because he's my schoolmate. So I just love him unconditionally. But there's nothing in the making with the two of us.
And last 2 questions. There's one account called Simon Minter.
Simon Minter.
Simon Minter. Yeah. When will we get to see him in Madras Cafe Parmanu type of film again?
My next film is called Tehran. And Tehran is very Madras Cafe meets Parmanu meets Batla House in that space. And it's a very geopolitical film. And I'm so excited about getting that started. I'll probably be the first actor I don't know out of India, but I would be shooting in Iran.
Wow.
My mom's got 21 cousins in Iran. And I want to go and shoot there, and I want to take her there because she wants to meet some of them. So I'm very excited about going there.
Okay, I'm actually looking forward to it. It looks amazing concept.
Unbelievable story. Let me tell you, unbelievable.
Then there is Jasper. How was it working with Shah Rukh Khan in Pathaan, and what can we expect from John as an actor in there?
Shah Rukh is, what do I say? He's responsible for where I am because when I started modeling, he was the judge on the show.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I owe a lot to Shah Rukh. Probably for him, it was just another competition that he judged. So there's a lot of deep-rooted respect that I have that I really, I can't tom about.
Yeah.
But he's a wonderful person. He's very charming. He's lovely and supremely intelligent. And it's all I can say. I mean, I can't speak more than this
course,
because
yeah.
Pathaan is still being made. I'm going back to shoot for Pathaan now, the whole of April. It's an honor working with him.
And final last one. This has been asked by at least 10 Akshay Kumar fans.
Oh,
Same question.
Garam Masala Part 2.
Are there any plans of working with Akshay Kumar on Garam Masala 2? We would love to see Akshay Kumar and John Abraham in an action film.
Man, I love Akshay. I love Akshay. And the two people actually, when we talk about two heroes today who actually look good on screen together because their chemistry is so seamless.
Yeah.
It's Akshay and me because we genuinely share that love and that bonding outside of the screen. And we just translate that onto the screen. So whether he pulls my hair and I throw him and he throws me, it works because we are so much in love with each other as people. So yes, I would love to work with Akshay. I'd love, forget Garam Masala 2, I'd love for Desi Boys 2, anything to happen. I need an excuse to work with Akshay Kumar. But I think he's very busy. He's doing probably 144 films now. But I'm going to pull him out and work with him soon.
Yeah, hopefully in an action space. It would be a pleasure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he's fantastic.
You should think of it.
Yeah, why not?
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
It was
you.
lovely having you here.
Thank
And
you.
wish you all the best for Attack. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
it's going to be
Thank
a
you.
very good film.
Thank you. This
Thank
boy is going to be difficult to get an interview with him after this.
No.
Yes, thank you.